Join me as we head on the road to Jacksonville, Florida, where your ACU Wildcats are taking on the Kentucky Wildcats in their first mission at the Big Dance. Follow me as we cover this historic run for your Wildcats.
This is a BCH Sports Wildcat Report from Jacksonville, Florida.
I was told it was supposed to be the Sunshine State, and all I got was wind, and it's actually really cold outside. I'm wearing a jacket right now. Just behind me now is VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, which is where history will be made for the ACU Wildcats. Coach Golding had talked about it all week long, and up until this trip as well. They know going into this just what is against them. It's a blue blood in Kentucky. This is a 2 seed we're talking about. This is a team that could have very well been a 1 seed as well. So they know this is not an easy challenge. ACU has a chance to be able to put their name right next to Kentucky on a national stage and expand their brand and make everybody across the country know who ACU is. They, of course, left at 11 a.m. from Abilene and landed at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time here in Florida. Tomorrow, they get to show their face for the first time on the court at 11:05. ACU practices here in Florida, trying to get to that number 2 seed against Kentucky on Thursday, preparing for their ultimate match. Yesterday, you saw me and my hair was flying everywhere. Yeah. Well, I'm here with head coach Joe Golding after their practice on the court. Coach, we watched you play out there. They got a little adjusted to the court. The arena's a little different, obviously. What did you see out there? What do you think they can improve on going into tomorrow? And what other preparations do you have as you prepare for Kentucky? He said he has a hole in his pants, so he's definitely making headlines that way. Well, an unlikely hero that came midway through this season after Jelani Friday and BJ Maxwell were dismissed from the team. Insert Hayden Farquhar, the pride of Throckmorton, a city of just around 700 people total. He is now in the Big Dance. Despite all the big cameras and all the people around them, they still managed to be the same Wildcats team that we've seen all year long, really, including Coach Golding, who we saw diving for basketballs on the court. He even had a little rug burn, if you will, on there. So they're having fun out there. They're keeping it loose. They don't look like they're playing Kentucky tomorrow, but sure enough, you know that they'll be locked in come tomorrow when they do take on the Wildcats. The hype is real here in Jacksonville, Florida, as ACU fans are starting to swamp into this place. We're at the Historical Society of Jacksonville, and the ACU fans have a little pregame party going on here. It's been starting since 2:00 p.m., and the fans are ready to see their Wildcats take on the Blue Bloods of Kentucky in what may be the biggest game in the history of ACU athletics.
Man, when we found out we made the tournament and then who we were getting to play, this is invaluable time for us. Amazing things are happening across the country. Our alumni are beyond excited. We've got people coming coast to coast to support the Wildcats, having both teams make the tournament. This is an incredible time for us.
It's just really been special to see us be really competitive on the D1 scene.
And win or lose, they know their Wildcats are putting themselves on a national stage, spreading the word about ACU.
Well, I mean, it's really putting us on the map. I mean, Joe Golding, he ripped his pants, so he's going to be coaching in the game with that. We're already on national media. ESPN put us on Instagram and Twitter.
And being a student here while we're at the NCAA Tournament for the first time, making that transition to D1, it's pretty historic.
Now seeing ACU be in March Madness and get the publicity that we're getting across the nation, it's just incredible. I know it's going to be great for all of the ACU sports going forward now that we're getting so much publicity.
The ACU fans are starting to arrive every minute, and we're going to be eating food here and experience all the sights, the sounds, the smells, and then we're going to get excited, go inside and be rowdy and cheer on our team, hopefully to a victory.
ACU and Kentucky tip off at 6:10 p.m. Central Time across the street at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Reporting in Jacksonville for BigCountryHomepage.com Sports, I'm Dusty Baker. The ACU Wildcats just 2 years ago were not eligible to be here in the NCAA Tournament, and now here they are shocking everybody already in the Southland Conference, and now they try to shock the world. They get, for the first time ever, name recognition across the country, and they will take on a name that everybody across the country already knows all too well. It's the Blue Bloods of Kentucky. The ACU Wildcats are about to go toe-to-toe with the Kentucky Wildcats, a number 2 seed and a Blue Blood, in just a few minutes. And for the first time ever, ACU is about to take the court in the Big Dance. This is a huge moment not only for the basketball team, but for the university and the city of Abilene, as we are about to see on national TV ACU make a presence and hopefully, for their cause, try and get the upset win over a heavily favored Kentucky Wildcats team. While this may be an absolutely brutal matchup, this is incredible to see what the players have gone through, the spotlight that they have gotten, that they have deserved, and now they get to leave it all on the court tonight as they take on Kentucky. Tip-off is officially set for 6:10 p.m. here at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, the place where ACU will make history tonight in Jacksonville. Well, Kathleen, to say the least, today has been an entire roller coaster ride for ACU and their fans as well. Starting first by the fact that the highs, they got themselves on the map. David, it was definitely a difficult game for the ACU Wildcats as they fall by 35 today to the Kentucky Wildcats. But let's not forget, this was a #2 overall seed here in the tournament, and Kentucky is a blue blood, as we had mentioned all throughout the week. And above all else, we saw today the size of Kentucky matching up with ACU. I mean, it was just unfair, quite frankly. You have 6'10 guys going up against guys that are 6'6", 6'5", which doesn't sound like a huge difference, but it really was, especially in the paint. In terms of what was happening on the court, they were definitely being boxed around a little bit, and you could see the physicality of Kentucky definitely dominating, especially inside and around the glass as well. Kentucky started with an 8-0 run, then Hayden Farquhar hit the three, the first three and the first points in ACU history in the Big Dance. So there's a high for you right there. But then Kentucky, of course, goes on yet another 10-0 run, and by the end of the first half, they closed with an 11-0 run, including a Keldon Johnson three, their first three of the game as well. So everybody in the country now knows where Abilene is, and even more importantly, they know where Throckmorton is. This is a huge night for ACU. Win or lose, the city itself, the school, and the team, they all won at the end of the day. And I can tell you right now, this is not the last we will hear from the ACU Wildcats. First of all, when you look at the ACU Wildcats and what they were able to accomplish here, just in Jacksonville, spreading the word about the university and about the team as well, a lot of people have learned more about this school. You saw in ads over the breaks in this game as well, the ACU had its promos going on, so a lot to gain there for the university. What I saw off the court, it was pretty amazing actually. There were smiles on their faces. You could tell that they really appreciated having this opportunity to be on a national stage. It was something that they were gifted and something they looked forward to, and let's not forget, they are the first team ever from ACU to be able to have been on this stage. They are the very first team to be in the Big Dance. This is Kentucky. This is what they do. Kentucky is a basketball school, and ACU is just on the very first step of trying to do what Kentucky has done for so many years. They'll be back here, that is for sure. And I just wanted to say how much of an honor it was to be on the road with the ACU Wildcats in Jacksonville, Florida. Mary Margaret, as I had mentioned earlier, is currently in Waco with the women, and I think I can speak on her behalf as well when I say this was the most special group of athletes that we've had the privilege to work with. This has been such a huge week for the university, and I hope all of you Wildcats fans out there remember this moment, because this is history, and it's just getting started as well.